Happy fucking New Year, you dirty fucking savages. I love you. We made it another. Can you believe we made it another year? Did you wake up on the first going, what the fuck happened last night? I didn't do dick New Year's Eve. I stay on my mind, my business. I don't want to see nobody. I want to talk to nobody. I don't want to get no fucking ear beatings. Jimmy Two Shoes Schubert's in the house.
What's up, baby? Happy New Year.
Direct from fucking Philadelphia. My man, the Christ Killer, got his dick sucked on New Year's like a doctor. Look at him. He's all ready to go. Look
Yeah, he called me and I was home alone. He's like, you got to do something. So
I told him, you're 30 years old. I give my pinky to be 30. I'd be out there mingling, getting chlamydia. That'd be on my fucking resolution list. New Year's Eve.
Don't jinx me.
Acquire chlamydia.
Yeah.
That's
Get some genital.
30 years old. He wanted
something.
to stay in and watch fucking. What were you
I
watching?
watched Inside Man. I like that
Yeah, I
movie.
want to watch an Inside Man. I forgot how good that was in this movie. As soon as he said that to me, I almost went over there and dick smacked you. You're 30 years old. Go take a hit of coke or something. Do something. You can't stay in the fucking house when you're 30. Me, I'm 56. What the fuck do I give a fuck?
Yeah, it's those days of going out. You know, I'm just like, I'm over it. You know, it's like amateur night. Everybody comes out. I was actually surprised. Like more people aren't like when you're out there doing the clubs. You know, it's always a good night. But I'm surprised. Most people were relatively behaved. You know, some people just in the years past, you get hammered, just throwing up in the audience. Happy New Year. I don't know why people start the New Year off like that. You know,
You know, people really don't know. You're young. You know, people have these New Year's parties. They start at 6.
Yeah.
You don't know. You do 2 bumps of coke at 6:30. You're off and running. By 9 o'clock, there ain't no stopping you.
You got fish lips.
You don't even remember the fucking bell going down. You don't remember nothing. And that's what happens to people. And listen, I'm guilty. I think I did it one year where I got whacked, and then I didn't. I didn't like getting high on New Year's. I thought it was bad luck to be high. I didn't want cocaine in my nose when the
well, because it's a new year. You got new opportunities. You got new things. And it's like,
But I'd snort my ass off on the 1st.
yeah.
Then on January 1st, during one of those bowl games, I'd be snorting and whacking off, banging one out. But it's so weird how, like New Year's never really, and in comedy, I think they torture the fucking consumer too much. And I don't like that. I want a comedy club patron to have a good experience.
Absolutely.
And there was one particular year that I was working that never went out of my mind, and I felt bad for the consumer. In my world, I'm not supposed to think of the consumer, but I don't like getting ripped off. None of us as consumers like getting ripped off, so I'm not paying double for a fucking comic I could see.
Yeah.
So you give me a shitty piece of salmon, that comedy club salmon, it's got eyeballs and shit, 6 eyeballs, and it's brown skinned, you know, or a steak at a comedy club. I'm not doing it. Like, that's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. That's like going to a strip club and ordering salmon. The guy's got pubic hair falling on it and fucking stripper juice, and, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. I always think of the consumer. How would I feel? You know, years ago, I got a call from an ex-girlfriend of mine, years ago, and she said she was going to see Jay Moore, and the club she was at was the worst thing ever, that they treated her like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
And I always thought about that. You know, I've always thought about how people think. As much as I have no empathy a lot of times, people might not think I'm empathetic. I'm very empathetic. I remember working with a comic and me going up to him as a feature act and being a fan of his.
Right.
Like wanting to be that guy and going up to him and going, there's a bunch of people outside that want to talk to you, like 11 people. And he goes, fuck them. And I was like, that's a mental note that I'm not going to have that attitude if I ever get to that level.
I don't get it either.
There's just little things that you don't understand. I don't like shows where people have to stand. I don't like shows where I have to look at the audience and they look like they're fucking they're just having a bad experience.
Yeah.
I don't like putting audiences.
Well, because it's not really like...
Oh, you can make $10,000 more. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather not make the money than piss them off and have them come back a second time.
Yeah.
Than go, I went there and I had a bad experience. I know what clubs I go to that it's a bad experience when I'm there. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Those clubs I'll never go back to. Like I just won't go back to them.
Yeah, because it's counterproductive what you're trying to do.
What you're trying to do.
You're trying to put everybody in a good mood. You're trying to make them laugh. The whole purpose of your thing is to make them laugh and put them in a great mood. And it's really tough to do that if they're jammed in. There's no room to move. They're like you said, they're being charged double or triple what they pay for a normal show, and then they throw out. I mean, some clubs do it right. Don't get me wrong. There's some clubs that do it right. They cater the food in. It's top shelf. It's and they want everybody to have a good experience, because I think a lot of clubs think that that's cool. Like, you're stepping over $1 to pick up a penny.
A penny, yes.
For one fucking night, and those people will never come back to your establishment.
Never come back
because they had a
again.
bad experience. So, like you said, it's counterproductive. But you're right. Some people do it. They like to gouge. It's like price gouging during a natural disaster. Like, people raise the gas like $3. And it's like, fuck, it's like, why would you do that to people? They're already down. Why are you kicking them? Make sure you have a good customer experience. Plus, people that come to your clubs now, they have a great customer service. They'll come back again and again. You're building a brand. Every time I come here, I see great comedians. Sometimes I look them up, sometimes I don't. But every time I come to this club, I have a great experience. And that's kind of what you're up against now. I mean, it's like, comedy clubs are doing well. Comedy seems to be on a rise. And then someone goes and there's a bad experience at a club. That's when
I go